everyone and welcome. Today I'm really excited to start my decluttering process in my house. I have a few areas that I wanted to tackle and I'm going to start in the kitchen. This area has several different spots that tend to accumulate junk, like my junk drawer, and all of the places that have those odds and ends just really become out of sorts all of the time for me. So what I wanted to do was to make the best use of the space by going back through everything, looking at what I haven't even used in a whole year since we've been here, and just deciding to get rid of it, because all of those items that you think you may use one day and you just really don't, the things that you don't use all of the time, or I guess there are those special occasion items, which I feel that if you have some space, maybe in a garage or something, that would be the best place to keep them, or tucked away in a cabinet where you don't reach for those items very often, or the items that are in there you're not reaching for very often. Then push them to the back and put those ones that are frequently used out where you're going to be reaching them all of the time. So with all of that being said, I wanted to just kind of show you my different with all of that being said, I just wanted to kind of take you through my kitchen and the different areas that are a problem for me. Okay, the first problem area is my junk drawer. This is always a problem area, so this is going to be one of the first areas I'm going to tackle. The rest are completely fine. Underneath my sink is another area, and this is my Tupperware area, and it also houses a lot of glass items in the back there that I use for serving and stuff that I don't use all the time, but I do like to have access to. This is also another problem for me. This is where I was keeping the kids' lunch packing supplies, and you know, strangely enough, they really don't use a lot of this stuff that's in here. The only things that they really use are those thermoses, and that's about it. This needs to be organized a bit. And I say organized, but there are some things that I really do have to take out of here to declutter. Now, I have a few things in here that we really haven't used within a year, and so I'm going to be going through that. And this area, oh man, there are several things in here that I haven't used, but for the most part this just needs to be reorganized a bit. See? And finally, no, this is not all actually. I wanted to go through here and kind of just straighten some stuff up in here. That's just my little pantry area, and then right in here I have some straightening up to do. That's not really much of decluttering as much as it is straightening up. I use all of that stuff, Well, I guess there are a few pots in there that I could be rid of. And then, oh yes, this area needs some help and attention. Now that you have seen just the areas that I want to go through to declutter, I'm going to kind of set the camera up here, start kind of showing you how I'm going to do this process. I'm not going to go through each thing, you know, bit by bit, because I feel that, you know, your time is valuable, and mainly this is just some motivation for you to get into your kitchen, get that decluttered as quickly as possible. And to me, I know when I go and see a video, usually I want to see the before and then I want to see the after. So that's kind of what this is going to be about. You might see little snippets here and there of me going through it just for the feel of it, but overall you're going to see a before and after. So let's get started. This is what the drawer is looking like. We have some vitamins and some mints and gum, some matchsticks, and then just some pens and some around the house like tools and flashlight. And this is just a case that I always use for when we get our passes to the water park. I like to put them in there. So I'm just keeping that in here so it is right where I can find it. And then also just some Band-Aids and a thermometer. This is something that we really like to have. This is what we really like to have right on hand. The kids always get themselves their own Band-Aids usually. And then I have battery chargers, batteries, and some command strips. So that is it for this junk drawer. And now I'm going to work on the rest. A look at after I got it all kind of cleaned out. I decided that all of the stuff that I used to clean the bathroom, I don't know why I was keeping it under here. I have a space that I'm going to be putting that in now in my new utility closet. So under here I have just some Mr. Clean magic erasers. Yes. I cut the Mr. Clean magic erasers into quarters so that they will last longer. And then this is just my Cascade little pod things that are for the dishwasher. Extra scrubber pads. Sometimes I go with these instead of the loofah, and so I have a new one ready to use here along with one of the plugs, and then an extra one back there. Okay, up on the counter, I just have all of the items that I'm going to be getting rid of. These things just really don't serve a purpose for me anymore. The end result of this is where I had a lot of chaos going on before. I have more of these glass dishes. They're Pyrex and they have a lid to them. I much prefer these over Tupperware or over plasticware, all of that kind of stuff. I have 3 more of these. These are my baking dishes, and then my casserole dishes, and then this is where I am going to be keeping all of the lunch packing supplies. I moved my can opener to right here just because the other one didn't have any more space, and so this will all work here for now. And this is just like what I would put my vitamins or something in. Yes, or dipping sauce, something like that. Okay, going into this, I decided to make this into the bread sandwich station slash breakfast type station. The kids often make toast, so I thought that having this down here instead of up where it was would be much better. I also have the Belgian waffle maker back there, and so whatever day that I, Waffle Wednesday, this will be coming out of there, but more often the kids make toast, so we're keeping that right here. And then this just slides out, and this will be their sandwich making area. So all of the bread will just be going into there, any extras. All right, up here, I did want to talk about this up here. This is kind of an overflow area of spices. So this is more like what Jorge uses when he makes stuff. When he grills, these are, the grilling packets, and then all of the seasonings that he likes to use, I just put all in here. And this is just much easier access than what we had before. And so I'm hoping that this makes it easier on him. Okay, opening this up, not a whole lot changed in here except for the fact that I did switch the crock pot to over there. I wanted the more frequently used stuff right here. I decided to take my tea kettle off of the stove. It's something that kind of bothers me because every time that we do something with oil or anything, it makes a mess on there, and just to have it on there for decoration is kind of ridiculous. And so I decided to keep it up there. And then, of course, all of our appliances, our small appliances, go up here. And I like having easy access to them up here, as opposed to how I kept a few of those items down there and I had to really reach to get those things. And I should mention, back there's our popcorn maker. This is the blender, and then the rice cooker, which I do use these things frequently, so I'm happier to have it up top. Okay, down here, there's absolutely nothing back there. This is my big pot, and then these we use frequently as well, so it's nice to just have this at, arm's reach. And then I just use command hooks to hang all of these utensils. Now going into here, it really, to me, doesn't look like it's as organized as I would like it to be, but it will do. So I just kind of put things really just where they will fit. So that's all for that. Okay, going in here, this is my baking cabinet. And I'm missing some measuring spoons, a measuring cup, but we do the best with what we have here. These are the nesting bowls that I have for mixing. I have my mixer up there, and then I just decided to kind of separate all of my pans for the cakes and for cupcakes and brownies. I use those frequently when I bake, so I just wanted them easily accessible because I had them way back in there, and every time I had to get down there and, try to get those out. Okay, and then measuring cups and, yes, my mixing bowls. So that is my baking cabinet. This is another baking cabinet, but with the food items. Is all of the sugars are up there. I have an organizing video, and this hasn't changed at all really, except for up here. I decided to put all of the food items down below. This is just the baking cups and candies to decorate, and food coloring. And then right here's my Lazy Susan, where I have salt, pepper, just stuff that I like to use for baking and for, you know, doing stuff on the stove. And then over here I have salt, cornstarch, all of my baking stuff, and popcorn, pancake mix, oatmeal. All right, and then moving down below, this I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is like my pantry right here. I know some people say they can't live without a real pantry, but you know what? This works for us. So, but I figure that you all get the idea. So that is going to wrap up this decluttering video for my kitchen. I am very happy to finally have this all done. Actually, the kitchen is one of the spaces that is more stressful for me to declutter, and probably because of all of the weird shaped items, and it's just hard to make it seamless and flow. It's very hard to make it flow to me. So I'm really happy with it though. I feel that I've come up with a lot better solutions than I had in my previous organizing video, so I'm really excited about that. I think I need to get a few more command strips would help. Oh, and there's one other thing that I wanted to share with you. I did hang one of my last command strips right here for my strainer. Why did I always have the strainer over there? That's what I want to know. Point of use right here. This is where I strain. Wham bam. And then right there. Genius. I feel like a genius right now. I'm not, but I'm sure somebody else has done that too. Anyway, that's the way that it's gonna go tonight. So I'm having a hard time with the fact that it's night out and I don't have beautiful sunlight coming in, but that's okay. I have a lot of stuff to get rid of, but I'm just going to leave that here tonight and I'm going to deal with that tomorrow. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that if you haven't started your decluttering process, but you were meaning to do so, I hope that this motivated you to do that. Thank you for joining me on this Motivational Monday, and until next time, I hope that you all take care and we will talk soon. Bye.